Hello everyone, welcome to my studio. So I thought I would just share a behind the scenes moment with you guys. And I'm putting on the hat because I haven't had time to comb my hair yet. Not that there's much hair. Anyway, I didn't want to scare you away because it's early Monday morning and I can't really record a video tutorial because there's training happening in my husband's office, so too many voices, but I do want to get on with my painting in my watercolor. So let me flip the camera and just show you guys what am I busy with doing. So I'm experimenting with vignettes. It's something that I've always wanted to try and sort of master, because I tend to sort of paint in square paper shapes with a clean, neat, tidy square outline, and that's fine for, for what it is. But this is a little bit more challenging, and it sort of gives the feeling of having a vision or looking into an alternative reality, or sometimes it just helps you to focus more on what's in front of you rather than the stark straight white line. So what I've decided to do on this page with World Watercolour Month is to draw a number of vignettes and just interesting blob-like shapes. So I've just did a bit of an outline, and then I'm sort of going in with my masking fluid. And I did do a beautiful job on the first one. Look at that beautiful edge. Now you'll see on the video that I'm gonna edit soon how I painted this using my applicator and the masking fluid. But on this particular one, I didn't do such a great job. But it maybe adds to the drama and the interest of it. We can always soften this by coming around it with a damp brush. So, I might try that. But I did want to show you this. So, most of the videos I start immediately by painting, and I don't necessarily include the drawing process. And I wanted to share that with you guys because sometimes drawing is very challenging for me. And even though I love watercolor, I tend to avoid getting into the drawing side. But this World Watercolor Month, I've been challenging myself with a drawing in each of these and to then paint it, because the only way for me to develop my drawing skills is by doing it. So the next prompt is street food, and I personally love samosas. Now this is a pin on Pinterest. This image does not belong to me, but I am just using it to exercise. This is my exercise journal. You can see that it's ringed. This is not for sale. This is for my personal development. And if you want to use pictures out there to do just that, there's absolutely no problem with that, because the whole point is that you are learning and that you are using it to advance your art. You are not, however, creating it for sale or to make profit from it. So it's okay to use a photograph or image to practice, because there might be beautiful shadows on there, beautiful shapes, and it's inspiring you to sort of try that picture or photograph in your own hand and with the medium that you love, which in my case right now is watercolor. So, I haven't photographed street food anywhere, so I need an image. You can also try royalty-free images. Of course, there's a number of websites out there that does have royalty-free images if you do want to create art from it that you do want to sell. So anyway, there is a pin in the description of this video if you want to check out that link for that street food, and maybe you want to paint along with me. So that's another reason. It's on Pinterest. You can just look at it and try it yourself and learn from the experience. That's the whole idea. This World Watercolor Month, at least for me. So I sort of just grabbed the prompts from World Watercolor Month, and I went to Pinterest and I would literally type that into the search bar in order to just see what would come up, because I didn't want to search for images. I just wanted to see, maybe sort of the idea was take the first image that comes up and challenge yourself. And boy, am I challenging myself this year, but I'm enjoying it, and the whole idea is to grow and have fun with it. So let's get into this drawing. Okie dokie, so you guys get an idea. It's green, sort of samosas, and there's a little bit of a round dish there with some salsa or sauce in there. So the whole idea of drawing is to sort of simplify everything and to just look at the shape. So it's almost a good idea to keep your image far away from you. Then it almost looks like a thumbnail, because then it will give you a better idea when you bring it to your paper, sort of what are you looking at. So I'm going to start with this round dish. And the whole idea for me to draw it and paint it in watercolor as well is to really allow myself to just express myself. And if they come out wonky, then it's wonky. It's quirky, then it's quirky. Then that's my style, and I'm ready to embrace it. So I'm not very good with drawing shapes, but I am good with two-dimensional sort of understanding, and I'm just drawing on that as my strength. So I'm basically looking at the shapes that I'm seeing, and I'm just sort of trying to capture that to the best of my ability. And then I've got the added restraint of the vignette that is going to give me a beautiful edge. So I just wanted to show you guys basically how I would approach a sketch like this. So I'm just sort of making sure that these triangles are roughly the same size, and it's even okay for me to overlap with my lines, just to give myself a basic placement of the shape. I can always erase again. Now this one is basically lying like this. And it's underneath. So I've got my kneading eraser. It looks like a piece of goo. But it is a fun way to erase some lines that you don't want to see. So the ball is clean like that. Okay. Let's see where I see another triangle. It's basically lying here, but it's also underneath this one, like that. Cool. Then I see a piece there. There's probably one underneath it. I'm just going to pretend there's another one like that, just to fill up the space. So I'm making the painting my own. There's another one there. There's like a nose sticking out there. Another one. And then we have one right there, sort of. And here we've got a square sort of plate. I don't know if it will make sense in this vignette. Okay, but I need to keep that parallel then. And the plate comes around about here. Okay. Square plate, roundish. And there, oh, I'm not pointing at my drawing. Sorry, guys. Behind the scenes, stare at my plants. Right, so this is the plate. So let me just give it an edge there. Okay, enters there finishes there. Okay, and then on the plate here is some greenery. Oh, it's like parsley or something. So I'm just going to suggest that there's greenery on this plate without adding too much detail. And here in the background is just a wooden table. And the wood grain comes down like this. Right. So this gives me a good idea. It's a very rough sketch, but it just gives me an idea of where I will find the shapes that I'm going to paint. And now I can focus more on the color rather than, what this actually is. And by playing with the color now, I'm going to start to tell the story of this street food. So let's get into this painting, and I'll see you in that video. So I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for your support, and I'm so curious to see what you guys are painting. I hope you didn't give up. I just want to encourage you guys, if you get behind on the prompts, today is, I think, the 21st, and I'm not on the 21st painting yet. But I've got a little bit more time than you might have. So if you fall behind in the challenge, like this 31-day watercolor challenge, please don't get judgy on yourself, because the idea was never about necessarily painting 31 paintings. In fact, some of the prompts didn't really stir me, and I thought I will just skip over them and paint what I enjoy. But in the end, I did use those prompts, and it really made me grow the most. So you can always come back to them if you really want to keep with the flow of painting today's prompt. But I've let that idea go a long time ago. I don't believe that you can ever be behind. You are exactly where you belong, right here, right now. So instead of sort of telling myself, oh, you're falling behind and you need to catch up, and putting pressure on myself, I don't do that anymore. I'm just like, what am I doing today? And the next prompt is, regardless if it aligns with the actual calendar date or not. And I use pockets of time, like today. I've got time to paint, and I will paint 3 or 4 and enjoy it and make video content of it. So there's a lot more for me to put into it, because I'm literally recording every single prompt for content on my channels. But for you at home, it can literally be just a pure enjoyment and a challenge to grow your skill with watercolor, regardless of how it turns out. I don't enjoy every painting, and some of these paintings, like one, was really challenging for me. I don't do body figures, so much. These hands look enormous, but I captured the mood, and that for me was good enough, and I'm proud of what I did achieve there. For somebody that has no clue how to do this, I'm proud of what I've achieved. But there's a lot wrong with this, but that's not the point. What is the point is that I learned something, and that I challenged myself, and that I faced the fear of failing by doing it anyway and enjoying it. So that's why I want to encourage you to never give up. Every day has its own energy, its own challenges. So if you had to give out all of your energy and all of your attention and time on something else, that's okay. I know what it feels like to have responsibilities and to deal with things like hyperfixation, ADHD, dyslexia, autistic spells. It's really challenging to have this pressure on for participating in a challenge. Like, I haven't finished a 100-day project yet. Even though I got to day 70, there's still 30 days left of that project. But I've been creative every single day of the year this far. Even if it was just to spend 5 minutes in my studio cleaning up after another session. For me, that is creating space for creativity tomorrow. It's like that famous quote, there is inspiration in abundance around us, but it needs to find you working. So inspiration finds you when you are actually busy creating, not when you wish inspiration would hit you while you're sitting on the couch. So I just wanted to share this moment with you. Sketching doesn't have to be complicated and difficult. You can always print it out and do a carbon transfer like I've shared in my earlier videos for World Watercolour Month. That's the easiest way to just draw it by copying it. But I did want to challenge myself to develop my sketching a little bit more, and that's why I'm practicing. So I'm gonna see you guys in the video where I actually paint this street food in watercolor. I'll see you now. Bye bye for now.